Okay, this video is going to take you through bringing in your assembly file, putting the balloon parts on this, and setting up and editing a bill of materials parts table. So we're going to go over those features. Let's take a look at our Form 5 template. This is the template that we modified earlier. And in here we're going to, now that it is set up as a B-size sheet, we're ready to bring our files in. So you come up to base, and you want to navigate to the part, and it's going to look at whatever your last part is open here, but we're going to check our existing files, and you want to go to your folder where you have everything saved. So my folder for this project here is a sample student folder, so students S2, and we're going to get into our marking gauge here, and we're going to bring our assembly in. So bring the assembly file in, and click open. And if you don't want to see that again, just say don't show that again for this session, or don't show it again ever, and say yes. Okay, so you've selected your part, and it comes in like this, and you want to orient this using this cube to be in the orientation that matches what we're trying to create here. So use your view cube and flip this around until you have it in the correct orientation. Scale this so it is 1:1. Move this view up into the approximate position that we need it to be. That matches our layout here. Now you're going to see that hidden line is removed, and we're going to click shaded, and we're going to label our view assembly. Caps lock on, ASS, and label that. We're going to turn this little light bulb on right here, and we will click OK. That brings your assembly in. It puts a little label on your assembly. Now, in comparing with the drawing, you will notice that the assembly is over here, not here. So we're going to move that into position over there. Now, with 2 clicks, you can edit this, and this text scale needs to be 1/8. So change that, say OK, and that will match this right here. Okay, that's bringing your parts in. Now we have that part in, we're going to take our table and put our bill of material table in place. So in order to do that, you're going to come up here to the Annotate tab. You're going to come over here on the far side where tables are, and you want a parts list. So click on parts list. The file that we're referencing is this, so just simply click on your view, and that puts it over here. Okay, so you click on the view, puts it there, it matches up. We're going to say OK here. This is bill of materials, OK, and we're going to drop that in there, and then you're going to shrink this down, and you can move this so that it is in position. We'll drop, whoops, I want to move, click on this whole thing, and try to get her to go there. Right there, let's just push this whole thing down, there we go. So it's lined up approximately where we need it to be in when we're comparing this. Now I want you to notice that the item, quantity, and part numbers are on the bottom, and bill of materials is on the bottom. So we're going to double click on that table, 2 clicks, and that opens up a table editing thing. And if you come across the table layout, is this 6th icon over, click on this table layout. Okay, and the first thing we'll do is change this to be bill of materials. Okay, and we want our heading to be on the bottom. So down here, make this bottom, and we want it to number from the bottom up. So change this, change that, say OK. And the other thing here is we have descriptions that need to go in for these parts. So when you're looking at your parts list over here, you're going to match up the material to the part itself. So the scriber has a 90-point carbon steel. So we're going to, where scriber is, write 90-point carbon STL. And you're going to go through each of those and fill each one in, and then say OK. So let's take a look back at, we have SAE 1050 steel for both the beam and the knurled screw, and we have cast iron for the head. So this is cast iron on the head, and SAE 1050 steel and SAE 1050 steel. After you have all that, you can click apply, and you'll see it updates everything over here, including the flip, and then you just simply say OK. So that is placing your parts list or your bill of materials in place. Okay, the final step is adding balloons, these things right here. We're going to put these balloons in here, and in order to do this, also on the annotate tab, come across over here to balloon. Okay, and I'm going to pan down a little bit here. So we have a balloon for the beam. I click on beam, I left click, right click, and continue. I have one for the screw. Click on the screw, left click, right click, continue. I have one for the head, left click, right click, continue. We have one for the scriber, left click, right click, continue. And our second screw, left click, right click, continue. These numbers should match the list numbers right here. Okay, and if they aren't mine, then make them, it should match what you see right here in place.